Ebusafo na etifo ni die kwan so mema obi bia akwa abacha ni so high daily update TV obo kwan so say na no first time abacha ni so amesre say uti news ni we na so ni ji wan subscribe for more update, like and share the video ma love it so nya BT constructively or comment bi so amesre so be share comment section ya beje na ya kenka me da se bebre na me pacho Dr. DOmelevo ya DOmelevo da we pia ba bontinde insem bia betu dwa na o kan o wakan sempa nti wo de ye bekọ ne akoti nsema ono ye de wapia babontin abeka na me pacha ne kasemu no he made mention of Professor Lumumba nsem bia waka ana wagina no so de expose na adodanko Akufo Addo pa nti no de audio me pacha ye mesra so be jemre no akoti nsema ye papa Daniel Yao, Dr. Daniel Yao DOmelevo epia babontin ya betu dwan so de yenko yentu fa ni yenko ti nsema wo de aba me da se bebre
kura wa mpo wunta nyini me like all the thing ba ku say eno de enyam na me here but eno so ba betu many about the use of gate fund money for scholarship for brilliant and needy students. So kaya MPs exactly. And we say buy no manyeni na mka just na po madam for pa nti u friend no to me come office go say ah me go for Akufo di but I'm not sure about this. I say no kre
ono confess to
I say no kre but he applied, so as long as he is paid me say hey send it here. Okay, but if you apply that
brilliant but needy students.
Yes. Okay, me say oh no, onye brilliant ana. I'm so definitely we are brilliant. And I say you mean I'm not needy? Let me say it in constituency mention only needy person wo. Now but now the answer is same yes 3. I'm saying Apuba, you know something. You have not gotten the catch. The law did not only talk about brilliant and needy students. It said for secondary and tertiary education in Ghana. Mundi akwa bruchi London eka Ghana.
Wa wada for na yen sa no.
Minia, yes, madam minia pa. Minia. And the point I'm trying to make here is that you have used the money for the unintended purpose. Oh, say okay. And the report will be issued. Hey. Report no by be threatening me, but could people they say, oh, mama, 24 hours. I should retract my this.
Why no?
I've forgotten his name.
No, she MP.
Yes. Now that time he was a deputy minister, I think at a Greek or housing or something like that.
Deputy minister, a Greek.
Is it a Greek or health?
Yeah, and I don't know. Deputy minister Saba, first one here, Akroma MP. Now h0ck chemistry book. And Kwetu.
Me said I say a Greek and I say housing, but okay. Google who say he gave me 24 hours.
Okay.
Say I should retract and change the lesson. And me give him the call him the bluff. And say you should go ahead. Say me audit Captain Smart. Now say Captain Smart say audit scanner ma papa. Now say scanner enko na ma throw me report. Me say na Captain Smart e ka kire me a. What offense have I committed to you? I'd rather tell you that you are being used for so. And so you cannot, and so I responded to say that the evidence or the information was obtained from the gate fund. It is not something we cooked ourselves. So I left it there. But it was also one of the very challenging times. Media for be fremina, a bit to 2 minutes, be support to me. It's easy. So that's the long and short of it.
Okay, so we are convinced about I'll protect the public purse.
Yeah.
If you want to make money, go to the public sector.
Exactly.
The Adas principle.
Yeah.
After we share with you, did you still believe Nanado?
At all.
Oh.
At all. At all. The rhetorics were far higher and greater than the action on the ground. Now, tap to you. Emissary say, "Who know visa question? Wow, question. So you will see a whole series of cases, allegations, and whatnot. No, on Mangasan Krawa clear before the investigation. sorry, I can't say anybody who there's an allegation against is guilty.
Okay.
The latest one of Cecilia Dapadi urging a letter. What was the need for the president to say, I know you'll be exonerated? Why should you say that? It preempts the investigation. Okay. I said he is the head of the state. These investigating bodies are all under him. Okay? They are not as independent as the Auditor General is. And you see who and you have already put your position public. But you see, but look at what Martin Amidu told all of us. You know, I was working hand in hand with Martin Amidu.
Okay.
And we shared our frustrations. And I know what he went through. So when he came up with the terminology of mother separator, I was not surprised. So that is it. The rhetorics were far higher than what we have seen on the ground.
Would you ever trust Nanado again if you hear him say, I am not corrupt?
Oh, no. Oh. He can't even say that. Can you say that today? Na enyamuna muka say we penyu to fie na ohwema nkwara na ewe na nka na ye kan na nka we for ka hu. Thank you. Nji ye kan na nka we for so ka hu. Ohwema nkwara we na nka. So ka hu. Ka to me kwa. Thank you.
What share with Juma your as Auditor General Sam that the level of corruption in that to say?
To be honest, now corruption no war. Actually, say me share not only as Auditor General, me share me service during the public service. From 91, I me join a Accountant General, a BC semi-free edumuma. Corruption there never. Only say na amounts na say for necessary.
Okay.
Could be for Gina Waje 1,000 and 20,000, 3,000, and now or they are sharing checking how far. But since you are there, I know I say. Since 1,000 now, so for me, could help you. Millions, billions. At times, the amount, you know, so Auditor General mention amount for Nini.
Because I was say 20 billion.
What I say, me free so no. And I say, Mammy call leave no. Audit report will be Likee.
That's right.
I almost say 52 billion. Nyanga sa mi we mi see the with the adabraka. I know. Me can me see but sikay too much. And ni na ochi in a woman issue rejoinder. Confirm me say it is part of the observation. Me say hey. I remember say George Winfo, one of the deputy auditor general, and a issue rejoinder, a press release actually. Me say hey. 52 billion. And at the end of the day, the new Auditor General said, "The reports are normal air cost. This is it has escalated in the amount. Say it's mind-boggling. It's not easy to understand why things are going that way."
If him no say could leave no, ushia His Excellency, or friend no, about why I want person who could leave.
That be free satam no say menene inshiada inshiada baby am friend so that
am person who do office near lock your office.
Oh yeah. Now say satam na me will leave. Now me ma Ghana for what say who will leave you have not been sacked from work. When you are on leave you come to office. It is a common practice. You can come to office to attend meetings or do some things that you need to do. And I was passing by the ministries and I said, I'll come to the office. I think I was going for a copy of my constitution. Okay. Because now I had left my documents behind. And to me, Fred, the acting Auditor General, pulled me and said, I am coming to the office because I want to pick a copy of my constitution.
Okay.
To me, drew her and said, Safana, me copy. I had my copy, my secretary also had. To me, try my secretaries want to be unkind to me say assistant you know.
Assistant lock no.
Yeah, assistant lock no. Nti me try say oh say woman assistant lock no. I'm say oh why would they change the lock? What is the need? Nti me call acting Auditor General no. Go and say why? No, so the board met and they said they want to protect the office. Against who? Are they preventing me from the office or protecting the office? You know, so, well, that was the decision. Say, people may go in there to do some things which may not. Say, we have CCTV camera, we have security, and we have secretary sitting there and everything. Somebody will go into my office. I say, wow. No, so keen forgotten who somebody's payment. Say that I will pay. And the enemy, it is true, say they locked the office at the time. Maybe they had known by that time what they wanted to do.
You think, sir, intentionally, no one person will fight corruption?
Papa be no. PLO Lumumba.
Lumumba, yes.
Or see, he misread his terms of reference when he was appointed head of to fight corruption, the head of anti-corruption agency. Me just say it was the same with me. I misread the terms of reference. And he said he thought the terms of reference was for him to fight corruption. But then the terms of reference, the actual thing is you should pretend to fight corruption. But not you should not fight corruption. And that is what I also did. I misread this.
Your terms of reference?
Yes, because Auditor General, in terms of reference, and you've been a chairman, it's in the Constitution.
Okay.
The entire Article 187 is a very long one.
So, in DOmelevo's point of view,
yes,
you were actually stopped from fighting corruption.
Oh yes, from my point of view, and I wrote that to the president.
Hey,
when the letter came for me to go on leave, I said no, I have a constitutional mandate to issue audit report within 6 months after the end of the financial year. Because of COVID, the report had delayed a bit, so we were in, I think, ending June. It was getting to the end of June, so I can't stop my constitutional lesson and go. But I think, which is my view up to today, that my audits are disturbing you, so you want me to go on leave. And Nana Santibedwe too wrote back to tell me, say, he can forgive me because I'm not a lawyer. My appreciation of the law is not the best thing. Oh, he is there. It's that green document. It is there. So I'm saying, oh, good. Fortunately, now the Supreme Court also doesn't understand the law, so they agree with my position. So that's why I said that I hope in one of the TV stations, I said they should call the Supreme Court to go back to classes and go and learn the law again.
So that's why you said that?
Exactly. So I said, since you said I didn't appreciate the law, that's why I was making that statement. And the Supreme Court has upheld my position, then please go and give some further legal education to the Supreme Court.
Okay, how many threatening messages or phone calls now?
Minkai the number I don't but it didn't bother me. Normally when they start Makatu, you don't.
Is it do you think, sir, why are you into corruption as well, memoir?
To the bit me to us here. Namum said the normalcy econo. And you're fine. That if you look at the trend, it's not the best. Now, a mubakwa hammer drink a crapa and it said the cost of acquiring political office has become so huge, said that it contributes a lot to corruption.
Hey,
oh yeah,
becoming an MP, becoming a minister, becoming
now
a
before
president.
you become an MP, before you become minister, before you become president,
about 5-6 million Ghana cedis.
Thank you. Now says can okofane. Obina de boni bisia and answer obisika any de mano. Now, when you become the minister or when you become the president, etc., you have to pay back plus interest.
So acquiring a political office contributes to corruption.
To me, it's serious. And the last time I was speaking somewhere, and I don't remember where, but I was telling them that, look, do you reckon that in the 8 years of being a president or being a minister or being a vice president, you will not have earned even 5 million? Because President Crawford said 50,000 a month. It will be 4.8 in the 8 years.
8 years.
Okay.
We have been offered 5 million now.
And the question I was asking is, former president, onya 60 million now, you say, or the year in a company, onya free. And vice president, you say 80 million, onya free. That's the reason why I've been calling for lifestyle audit. Here lifestyle audit to say, so what to me I say is K and I say yes, it's K. We never free. so that you can tell Ghanaians how you got it.
So you think that your primary CVR, MPBS was spending, and you
should account for it. Because look, the country runs a serious risk. Do you know the risk? One, drug peddlers or drug gangs will be funding our politicians. And when they win election, we are dead. I hope that does not materialize. Yes. The next dangerous group, terrorists. You know, there are a lot of terrorist groups in Africa. Almost rough. Also pay 1 billion ground per house. Yeah. All they need is a theft where they can operate. You may be creating a safe haven for those type of things. And of course, even the neo-colonial masters, they are also interested in power in our country. In Tiobetuman, Captain Smart, Judy, 10 million, and now 20 million for campaign. We are saying all the things that you are buying should come from our country. Every procurement should be international competitive tender. The last time I was talking about it, I said, a 2 funny architecture, crash for your member for. Hey! Oh, our knowledge is being used to destroy instead of to help. For instance, let me talk about a bit about procurement. What sense does it make to say a nebri say ukoto goods above 10 million? It must be international competitive tendering. 10 million is how many dollars? It's not up to even $1 million. It's about $800,000. It must be international competitive tendering. Now, say international competitive tendering. What is the muzzle of the Ghanaian businessman against that of a Nigerian, against that of South Africa, India, any China, Bermuda? We are lost. So it means you are giving the job to outsiders. What are we doing? We are exporting jobs. That's why we are in the stupid situation we find ourselves. I don't know.
Situation.
Yes. People don't understand it. They think that, look, before you can get value for money, you must do international. I say, who told you that? What is the value for money? Your children have no work to do. You are exporting jobs. And you call it value for money. They look at value for money, especially the procurement specialists. They look at that word from a very narrow perspective.
Okay.
But if you look at it from a bigger perspective, it is better to buy this thing plus maybe 10 or 20% from within so that you create jobs, help the economy, than to send it outside. Who can't? Some of them will tell you that that's why the law talks about margin of preference. And I want to address it. I don't know whether you know of margin of preference. Preference, yes. Margin of preference is so per se a free Ghana and as a producing or Ghana. Wait me I can say I made a margin of preference of 10% at also. And it says say Ghana say the price no a higher na a more 10% there would be my Ghana.
Okay.
Which looks smart, but it's not as smart as your name.
Oh sir.
It's very daft.
Oh.
Because you will state it in the document, the tender document. Say there is a margin of preference of 10%. China ni emas the corner government man 50%. And say, okay, then we will give you 50 so you can beat the Ghanaian. And beat him mercilessly. But he will not disclose what his export substitution to you. Ebani saying Tina, Captain, means what to go Accra. Uko America, uko Britain, chicken boarding pa. But with the Bagana, cheaper than our local one.
That's right.
Because they pay them almost the full cost of it. So the other Bahana is just a profit. Yes. Thank you. Because nobody is substituting it. Now, Obi Ketchero said, today, day and age, no subsidy for agric. Check America how much support they give to the agric. Check all those people who are telling to remove those subsidies. How they support this. Inti it is said here, Ofie, Unkwarani, Usimi Nodiania, open policy into maybe a gate after a Potem Quarani, Obi Amrabedi, Ubanzu is 6 months old. Thank you. That is what we are doing. So I've been telling that there is a need for procurement reform. We should do the procurement side that it can create jobs.
Procurement we should do it in such a way that
it can create jobs,
not to export
not
jobs.
Only in the country, not to export, not only in the country, but even in the local authorities. Okay, for instance, every procurement relating to a district must be procured in the district. It will create jobs there. Captain Betima can say, "Many 100,000." May call Azima say, "I don't forgotten the place we were mentioning that you went for the Easter. I'm going to open Mangasim." Yes, may call could be a home so that they can get some work to do. Do you know government is the highest buyer in the country? You know that?
Yes.
Government buys a lot. So procurement is a tool that we can use to create jobs. For instance, let me give you one example which beats my mind. It beats my mind, to be honestly with you. Anytime I'm traveling our roads, look at our roads, how bad they are. Okay? And then some say, Nanti Anibia, when will we stop constructing roads? I think till Jesus comes or the work ends. Is that not it?
We are every year, every day.
So are we saying we cannot train Ghanaians to take over this industry? I know the hindering or the limitation factors against funds to get finance. So government can say, look, I'm even putting this money aside, or I'm creating equipment pool, like a plant pool. So we a local contractor, you just come and hire the equipment, go and construct the job. So you don't need that big capital outlay.
That's right. There's a pool of equipment.
Yes. So you just come and hire it. I will pay you. You pay me. Do you understand?
That's right.
The cost of hiring is what you pay me.
That's right.
Then the rest is yours. It will be creating a lot of jobs. So when I see Chinese and etc., I say, hey, that bank goes in that bank. Come in Nkrumah days, we got job 600. It means and then we cannot.
And then la polyclinic here, we're going to be.
Thank you. So I think we, as a country, it doesn't matter whether Mahama or Baumia or which party wins the election, we may have to rethink procurement. Public procurement is a disaster from my point of view. Captain, as an Auditor General,